Hi friends, I am Lee Keckner. Welcome to day number 4 of 33 days. Relationships, it's your fault. Oh wait. If you guys would please join me with 3 grounding breaths. If you would uncross your legs, put your hands down or put your hands up to receive, and we're just going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And when you breathe in something you want more of, and when you exhale something that you are ready to let go of. I'm going to breathe in more love, and I'm going to breathe out anger. All right. So join me, please, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Goodbye, anger. In through your nose, hello, love. And out through your mouth, release. And one more time on this last one, sigh out loud, like audibly. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. And letting that anger go, making more room for love. So today we are still in the primary relationship, which the most important relationship you have on the planet is with yourself. Mine is with me. And today we're going to talk about checking in. Checking in with yourself. I have to tell you, there's nothing that feels better than when you get a text from someone going, "How are you? Are you okay? I was thinking about you." I've been talking kind of on the bumpy ride I've been on, and every day I had a few friends that every morning would text me and say, "I'm thinking about you. How are you doing? What's going on? Can I help you? Can I support you? Can I show up in a beautiful way for you today?" And every day it was like a lifeline. It was like an oxygen mask. I'd see that and I'd go, "Oh, I'm not alone. I'm loved. There are people who care about me, even though I'm bumping along right now in my runaway wagon." So the cool thing is we can do that for ourselves. We can check in with ourselves. And boy, I'll tell you what, when you do this and it becomes a regular practice for you, it's really life-changing. So it's literally like right when you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, you put your feet on the ground and you close your eyes and you put your hand over your heart and you say, "How are you? How are you today? What's going on today?" Because not only is every moment new, every moment is fresh, there will never be an exact moment. Every time we take our breath, our body is changing. The world is changing, right? So every morning we are different. Every morning our body feels different. We could feel on top of the world or excited or enthralled, or we could feel really heavy-hearted and down and low energy. So start your day by checking in with yourself. How are you today? What's going on? And then listen. Listen to what your body says. Listen to the first thing that comes up. And if it's new and it feels silly, awesome. That means that you're trying something new and you're a little uncomfortable. But the more you do it, the more it becomes like you're a good friend to yourself just by checking in. And then once you check in and you get the message, "I'm upset today. I'm pissed today. Something I just remembered from last night that wasn't resolved is still heavy on my heart." And then meet yourself exactly where you are. So if you met a friend and they said, "I'm really upset about something that happened last night," you would say, "Tell me about it. Do you want to talk about it? What are you upset about?" And you can have this inner dialogue with yourself and work through it. Or you can say, "I'm going to take it easy with you this morning. I'm not going to push hard." Or maybe I'm going to blow off doing my hard exercise class and instead going to a yoga class or meditating or reading something that fulfills me. So you can just check in the morning, gauge yourself where you are, and then meet yourself right there. So often when we're down and we try to forge forward and smile and everything's okay, oh my gosh, we're going to crash and burn, and we're not being authentic, right? And people can sense that, wow, why is that person being so weird and fake? But really, I remember the other day I was talking to a doctor on the phone. He said, "How are you, Lee?" And I said, "I'm pretty good." And then I go, "Wait a second. I'm sorry I answered like rotely like that." I said, "I'm actually so-so. I'm not feeling that great. Things aren't going awesome right now." So, and it was just, he started laughing because he said, "Wow, No one ever really answers that question. And I caught myself speaking something that wasn't authentic or my truth just by filling time and reacting, right? So check in with yourself and just love yourself exactly where you are. If you're down and out and you're upset and things are going shitty, awesome. That's a wonderful time for learning. That's an awesome time for expanding your heart and learning, right? If things were great all the time, life would be boring. We'd already be back where we came from, right? We're just beautiful and calm. But we're here to learn and to be off. Check in with yourself. Think of what you would do for a friend and do that. And then I encourage you today, kind of as your challenge, set an alarm on your phone. It could be in 30 minutes, it could be in 5 hours, it could be sometime tonight, whatever. And when that alarm goes off, stop exactly right where you are. Close your eyes and put your hand and check in with yourself. How are you right now? Sometimes, and I'll tell you something funny that happened recently. Our mind, if we have a thought in our mind that's kind of bad, like I was talking to this woman that I was working with in a business way, and we were cracking up and being silly, and she said, well, I really need to see you soon. And I said, of course you do, because you obviously have a crush on me. And I'm a little wacky and wild things come out of my mouth, and she was silent. And then I was awkwardly silent, and then she just kept talking like I didn't say it, and then I was mortified. I don't know this woman that well to say you have a crush on me. Now she feels uncomfortable. She's going to join the Me Too movement against me. So anyway, all of these thoughts were going through my head. Then we hung up the phone. I didn't address it. And instead of checking in, how are you feeling? Why does that feel heavy on your heart? Why are you nervous? Is it you don't feel worthy, and then that comment makes you think now she's going to think you're not worthy? Is it your younger self inside who's hurting and feels vulnerable and you can go in and love that place? I didn't do any of those things. I just went about my day, and then a couple days later I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed about that woman that I said that. We were supposed to talk soon and we didn't. She didn't call me back. I didn't call her. 2 months pass, and that same thought popped back into my head. That same thought came back. And I thought, holy Toledo, I just called her ass. I called her and I said, hi, I just wanted, and then she said, oh my gosh, we haven't talked for so long. And I said, I know, I wanted to talk to you about that. And then she said, me too. I felt, oh, that is the Me Too movement, but in a different way. She said, I felt like I was supposed to be more on top of this project, and then I didn't, and then more time passed, and then my head was spinning that I sucked at my job because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. And I go, oh my gosh, I was suffering because I thought I said you have a crush on me, and you took it personal and thought I was some freak. She goes, you said that? She didn't even remember I said that. She probably didn't even hear me. And I had created this story and suffered for a few months every time I thought about it, from a thought that wasn't real. When in the moment right after, I could have checked in and said, how do you feel about that? Why are you off center by that? Because you're feeling vulnerable, and that's something to grab onto. So if I'm feeling vulnerable, what's a way that I can correct that? I can go within and say, I've got you and you're okay. Or I could call that woman immediately and say, I just said you had a crush on me, and I want you to know I'm a little quirky like that, and things pop out of my mouth sometimes. I really don't think you have a crush on me. You know what I mean? And I could have dissipated it right then. Instead, I tucked it away, and I didn't feel the feeling, and I didn't work with it or take care of myself. I didn't check in why I was feeling weird after. And I could have alleviated that whole thing. There's that saying that says, pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. Suffering is what we do to ourselves when we have a piece of information. So pain, it's going to happen. What we do with it, how we treat ourselves, is the suffering of it. So we can save ourselves from so much unnecessary suffering, which, by the way, our brains are wired to make us suffer. They're wired to go to the negative. They're wired to spin. They're wired to make us crazy. And if we can connect to here, if we can check in, we can quiet that a little bit and not let it run the show. Be curious how you're feeling throughout the day. If you start to feel tense or upset, take a breath. Feel your body, feel the emotion. Let the feeling pass through you instead of stuffing it and holding it so it can explode you later. And then take action. It's either loving yourself or taking action to just go and talk to the person that you're thinking the thoughts about instead of letting them create a war against them, your mind. Have you guys ever heard this, that healing is applying loving to the places that hurt inside? I love that. Something hurts inside and you want to heal. You don't have to really take any action outside of yourself. You can just go in, check into the place that hurts, and say, I've got you, I love you, you're okay, I support you. Checking in is simple, free, and powerful as all hell. It can save you from so much suffering. So the challenge for today is set your timer for later today, no matter what you're doing, whether you're happy, sad, whatever. And sometimes you can check in, and if shit's good, you can be in gratitude, which elevates your energy level to abundance. So something's good, like, wow, I'm not in stress, I'm not in duress, I'm not upset. I'm taking care of myself. I'm enjoying my life. My life is kick ass, right? And then all of a sudden, so you can either self-correct with the check-in, love yourself, heal, or acknowledge how kick-ass life is. Like right now, it's kick-ass. Because you guys are here with me. What? I was writing about 8 quotes today, and I did not like one of them. So I'm going with a quote or a lyric from Ice Cube. Ice Cube. I said the Ice Cube. Ice Cube. He sang a song that said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Anyway, I love that. Check yourself. Check in with yourself before you wreck yourself. Right? Just I got you. You're okay or you're upset, I got you. And you deal with it. You feel it. You work with it. You take a course of action. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Dear God, thank you for Ice Cube and his lyrics and his rap. Thank you for the simplicity of giving us everything that we need for our entire lives built inside of our body. Let us go within. Let us check in. And let us walk in our power, connected to the ultimate energy, the universe, God, whatever we call it. We choose to call it God. We are honored to walk with you. Thank you for our learnings, for the amazing people. I send love and light out to the world that they may feel uplifted. Everyone may feel uplifted today. Amen. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow on day number 5. Oh, tomorrow, day number 5, I will be at Eve's soccer game. So bear with me. I'm going to do it from the sideline of Eve's soccer game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll see you then.